Yo, what's good, my fellow deadheads? Your overlord has returned with yet another Kaiju number 8 video. And guys, as you know, I've already done a video on it. We have finally gotten the release of the Steam version announced. It is going to be coming on October 1st, which does kind of suck because it is a month after the game fully released that we are going to be getting the Steam version. But nonetheless, an announcement of the version's release is still a W. And I just wanted to go ahead. I was already thinking about making this video anyway, because I already said, like, yo, even though they're handing us L after L, I'm still going to ask these simple questions because they're setting us up to ask these simple questions. But since they have finally announced the Steam release version, I do want to say a few things on this first. But if you guys do enjoy videos like this, you can go down below, you can hit the like, you can hit the subscribe, you can hit the notification bell and get notified every single time the dead man hits the Kaiju glide. And you can also comment down below and let me know what you want to know. But let's go ahead and get right to it. So, with the Steam version coming on October 1st, first, I do want to say we do need to see an advancement on the duplicate shop. If we are not going to be getting an extension for the Reno and Shinomiya Sagan banner, right? If we're not going to be getting an extension on those banners, then we need to see some shenanigans in the duplicate shop and make it so that those characters are like easy to get. And maybe like how Dokkan just messed up with the coins recently during their latest celebration, right? Maybe we see something. Akatsuki runs the same game. Hey, I'm just saying, right? Maybe we can see something where all the gacha medals that everybody's gotten, they get them like doubled or some shit like that, and then they can purchase their copy of Sagan or Reno or whatever, right? But we need some sort of justice for the fact that not only is the Steam version coming after Reno's banner is supposed to be done, but is also coming after Sagan's banner is supposed to be gone as well, because October 1st is the day that Sagan's banner is completely gone from the game, and she is a limited character, so who knows when she will come back. It seems like if you read the detailed information that Reno will probably be popping up on the standard banner at a future date, but Sagan is not the same case. She is specifically a limited character, and she will be back on certain future feature gachas, whatever, probably a Clozer character only type of deal, where we're gonna have a lot of Clozer character releases, which, if you guys don't know what Clozer is, that is the other like branch that Sagan runs in the original story of the game. But the real reason I want to even hop on this video right now and talk about any of this is because we have not had a character release since Sagan, which has been like a week now since she's released. And I'm not saying that I'm ready for the next character to release, but I am just wondering and speculating, when are we going to be seeing this man, Chester Lockburn? So as you can see, he formerly served in the British Defense Force as the captain of a special unit, and now within Clozer, he takes on the role of a strategist. But let's see, when she attempts reckless actions demonstrating high unleashed combat power with various weapon types, he selects the optimal weapon for each Kaiju he neutralizes. So it sounds like this man can use multiple different weapons for Kaiju neutralization, right? Which isn't a lot to say, because if you think about it, Mina can use a cannon and a pistol, and can also use a assault rifle, right? But it says that he uses different weapons based on the specific Kaiju he's fighting, so it makes it sound like he has multiple specialized weapons for different types of Kaiju. And I'm not gonna lie, this man just looks cold. This man looks soulless. Do you see his eyes in the game? I just have to say again, the game's models do look absolutely incredible. But I am really just curious as to when they're going to start really rolling out the red carpet for these original release characters, because Sagan, I think, is already an instant classic, an instant hit. She is the best character in the game. But not only that, I mean, I'm just a fan of redheads, and I think that it's really cool that she fights with a very unconventional weapon. I feel like in the world of Kaiju number 8, the fact that they use like little tiny guns in the first place is kind of unconventional, but then you throw in the fact that they can throw elements on the guns, or some of them can just put so much combat power behind the bullets that the bullets can still rip up like a smaller class Kaiju, a miniature size Kaiju, right? But the fact that they use like a shield, and she can literally like taunt Kaiju and also send like heat waves off of the shield, I think that's really cool, and they're getting really creative with these character types. So I'm really just here wondering, what do we think that this man's weapon type is going to be? For some reason, he gives me like vibes like Hoshina. Not like he's like the funny guy, but when he gets serious, serious, he's serious. Just like Hoshina, while he is a funny, like kind of like jokester type of dude, he also is a quiet, sit back and observe kind of guy. And I feel like this man Chester Lockburn is probably a sit back and observe type of guy, right? So I feel like he could be a close range specialist since he maybe likes to analyze the field. So some things that I do notice here that strike me as peculiar is that his likes are family, black tea, and football, soccer, right? So one, the dead man is a bit of a fanatic for football now, and I do definitely appreciate the fact that this man likes soccer enough to a point that it is in his main 3 likes as a character description for him. But that makes me think that one, maybe he is like a really quick guy, like a speedster, because you got to be really swift for soccer, right? I feel like if you like a sport, you like to watch a sport, maybe you used to have some dream of when you used to play the sport, or maybe you just like to, you know, practice on your free time like I do. I like to watch the sport and I like to practice in my free time. So I feel like he's maybe like a swift person. I feel like he's going to be a guy who has like a lot of speed mechanics built into his kit just off of how he looks. And I'm not to make him seem like a Power Ranger, but there's a lot of blue in his kit. So I have a feeling he'll be ice or water. Whereas Reno has more like a frosty aesthetic. I feel like this man could be water for sure, because I feel like water could definitely coincide with speed, whereas I feel like ice is more slowing things down. But I feel like this man is going to be like a sword type character, like this man Hoshina. But again, I am just like kind of sitting there like he is a strategist, and he also is he uses multiple different optimal weapons for each type of kaiju he neutralizes. Does that mean we're going to see future releases of him that are going to be like, okay, maybe this one's good against giant class kaiju, or maybe this one's good against miniature class kaiju, or maybe this one's good against mid-sized kaiju, right? Like, are we going to see different variations of him in that regard? It's just a big question mark right now as to how they plan on releasing characters. I feel like the character release schedule for this game is going to look probably very similar to Solo Leveling Arise, where it's just a bunch of game original characters, but then at some points they do actually release like an actual canonical character and just release like an anniversary version of them or a new variant of them. But yeah, guys, definitely comment down below and let me know, what do you think this man will be? And I'm not saying that he's gonna be the new unit that comes on the whenever the game has its Steam release update or anything like that. But what else do they still have cooked up for us in the month of September, I wonder? Because all we have right now is that we get another raid battle in late September, and they did say that they were going to fix the raid battle off of the feedback of the first raid battle and how disappointed everybody was with how quick it was. And while I was sitting there at first like, nah, it's fine, it's just an easy game mode to get some rewards, it ended very quickly, and then I realized it wasn't really that many rewards that we had gotten off of it. So all in all, in hindsight, yes, the game mode was very disappointing. So hopefully they have extended the amount of rewards that are going to be coming with the next raid battle, and hopefully, I don't even know if it needs to be more difficult, but maybe be a little bit more gimmicks in it. Like, I was talking about how in my fierce battle of the Signal of Disruption, I believe it's called, the Signal of Disruption fierce battle, I was talking about how I really appreciated the fact that some of the fight requirements are, okay, I need ice and fire for this stage, but then this stage I need like a slasher and a shooter, right? It was very clear as to how my team was supposed to be composed, and my team just felt like the pieces worked together really well, and I really enjoyed that game mode. And I feel like even with all the restrictions on all the different typings, I feel like I can still test different units in different stages and see how well they perform to kind of give free-to-play characters an idea, you know, do you have a chance of doing this stage? Do you not have a chance of doing this stage? But guys, I'm not just here pretending to have like a little parade like, yo, we're finally back in the clear. Like, we don't know if we're back in the clear at all yet, because this is Akatsuki and they can pull some crazy maneuvers here. But this is a step in the right direction, at least. Like, yeah, the Steam version should have been here when it should have been here, and the fact that they finally announced it coming and it's coming in 2 weeks does kind of suck. But at the same time, you got to take what you can get, and we have to look at the positive side of things. And the positive side of things is that they have finally communicated that the Steam version is coming. Now we need to wait and see what they plan to do for further streams of communication for getting us compensation for the Sagan incident and the Reno incident. And again, you guys are saying it's not an incident, but it is certainly an incident that an entire group of people just aren't going to be able to play the game. It feels like they are trying to sweep that whole part under the rug, because the maintenance, or not the maintenance, the Steam version is coming in October the 1st, when big whoop, everything is supposed to be resetting at that that point. The limited fierce battle area is supposed to be reset at that point. By the way, guys, if you have not seen my run of all the fierce battle area stages 1 through 15, that is actually playing right now in the background. I actually did have a bit of fun. I was trying to be like a grumpy, dead man at the start of the video, but as I got through the video a little bit more, I was enjoying the stage more and more, just because of how they balanced out the last few stages and made them feel a little bit more comparable, versus it felt like there was a big drop off in difficulty from 15 to 14, right? But all that is to say that they are finally taking steps in the right direction, and when they take steps in the right direction, I will here's how I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to hold my tongue whenever I feel like things are getting bad, because I feel like you just kind of got to stand there. What did Earl Sweatshirt say? Who stood tall when the roof caved in? Literally, you got to stand tall when the roof caves in sometimes. You got to still look on the brighter side of things and hope for the better, because if you don't hope for the better, then who will hope for the better? But that is what I'm going to do here. And when they give us good indicators, then I will, congratulate them for that. That is how life, that is the opposite of how life works, actually. The way that life works is the good that you do is never really like amplified, and the bad that you do is like amplified tenfold, and people will never let you live it down. But I'm going to try to do the reverse, and I'm going to try to amplify the good things that are done now, and try to not downplay the bad things that are done, but talk about them, let them live in that moment, and then move on past it. But if you guys did enjoy the video, you guys can go down below, you can leave a like on the video, you can subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you can also comment down below, let me know, when do you think this man Chester is going to pop out in the game? And I think that he's probably starting out. I think he's going to be a water slasher shooter, maybe, because he looks like he has kind of like a pack right here on the side of his hip right here, which kind of makes you think of a grimoire from Black Clover. But then that's getting crazy. Like, no way this man is like a fucking water mystic character or anything. But you guys have an excellent day. The Dead Man does love you. Peace out.